Back in October, I found a really cute jacket that was super cheap. It was like $28. And I thought, let me embroider this. So from there, I kind of created my jacket and I went and created my sisters. I had an idea for them and my niece and nephew. For creating all their different looks, I come up with these ideas of their designs and I kind of have a visual in my head, and then I have to kind of figure out how to create that. Normally, it's not just grab one photo and do that. So to start, I search the different photos, different elements, and I add these to a work document. Once they're on a Word document, I kind of manipulate them, figure out where really large pieces. I've actually put them between two pages, cutting them off, and then getting the second half to that same size because I work with really easy printable pages rather than you can get these embroidery pages in longer. They're just not your normal printer. You'd have to change printers. So I just prefer to do it this way. I also have worked with Photoshop when I have a more intricate idea, like the Puggleton one. I had to kind of manipulate that on Photoshop to really get my idea out there. Once I have my idea ready, I just print it. It prints on this really easy fabric paper. You can buy it on Amazon and you literally can just print on it and it will stick to the fabric. Once it's all printed, tear off the back and start placing it as you want it to look on the jacket. This is where I've kind of cut down because I am putting so many layers together. I'm cutting down the pieces to be a little bit lighter. Also, I want to make sure I can see through them so I can see below and see the mountains. I do want to see the details underneath the papers, but I also want to make note that the adhesive isn't really strong because it has to come off at some point, so I try to keep a large of it on so I can make sure it stays down. With most of my jackets, I've just put the hoop down, but with this jacket, it's a fur-lined jacket, and so I had to literally rip it open, tore them apart, that way I could access it. I could have gone through the back of the fleece, it just would have been a lot more complicated. Once I have the hoop on, the fabric is stretched, and my needle is thread, I just start embroidery. You'll notice here I have a picture underneath one of the skis. That is actually another embroidery idea that I didn't end up using, but since the design was so simple, I just figured I'll just print on top of it. Finally, once it's all done, the last thing to do is literally just wash off the paper. That is what it is. It's water-soluble embroidery paper, so you can just literally put it in there. You can see I'm pushing it off a bit, but really it just comes straight off. It's completely gone now. I always just kind of leave it off. If you do see a little bit of remnants, it's not there later. It's really magical. It's really cool. And there you can see the paper, and there you can see it's off. I could have just sewn up the bottom. I didn't have my sewing machine, so I just sent it to my local tailor, and they sewed it up for me. And there it is, all finished.